The year was 1974. It was a time of social upheaval, bold music, and even bolder fashion. It was also the time of a daring new TV show called Captain Kung Fu. The show may be long gone, but it is certainly not forgotten. This is partly due to faithful fans like Kevin Christopher.
Well, I guess there's many reasons why I like the captain. I mean, his initials are CK and mine are KC, so there's that.
The story behind Captain Kung Fu is almost as exciting as his fictional adventures. The brainchild of Yakul Kreslov, Kreslov arrived as an illegal immigrant with 14 others on the back of an upturned canoe. Upon arriving in San Francisco Bay, he quickly learnt English from cereal boxes and a talking parrot at a local pet store. Kreslov soon found a job at the new KO Studios. On his second day of work, Kreslov managed to save the life of KO Studios boss, Tom Gregory.
The story goes that Yakul was walking home one night after a long day at KO when he noticed a man being harassed by a band of drunken accountants. Yakul fought all of them all with some wild martial art moves. Gregory was so thankful that he promised to look at the script that Yakul has been secretly working on for a new TV show.
It's true that Yakul's original pitch was slightly different. It was initially called Confessions of a Confessor, centred on the rise and fall of two warring families during the Great Potato Plague of the early 19th century.
Gregory read what he read and saw some potential in Yakul's first draft, but suggested a few minor changes, such as the setting, the characters, and all the dialogue.
But apart from that, it's basically the same script.
So just how did a show about a masked superhero from a new writer and a new studio give the youth of the 1970s a new hero to worship?
What set apart Captain Kung Fu from other action TV shows of the time was a variety of things, really. Firstly, we never saw the actor's face. He wore a mask during every single episode. We never learned who he was.
This was a bold move on the part of Tom Gregory and KO Studios, and it gave an air of mystery to the whole show as the public were kept guessing about who the captain really was. No one on set even saw under the mask. The actor playing Captain Kung Fu was never revealed. It was a real secret identity.
But the motivation behind this decision was not as shrewd as it may sound.
That's why most of the actors in Captain's first series were usually wearing hats or in shadows. They were too ugly, but that also meant that they were cheaper to hire.
What also set apart Captain Kung Fu was its unique fight scenes, usually choreographed in the bar the night before filming.
Man, those fight scenes were awesome. The captain could take on anybody. He could fight a whole game with just his feet and his fists. And sometimes he'd use gardening tools and sports equipment. Oh, in episode 43, where he fought a wild ox with just his bare hands. I think it was an ox.
Not content to just watch their favourite show on DVD, Kevin and his fellow fans also like to film themselves reenacting their favourite fight scene.
I'm a clavicle!
Yes!
I think your mum's home.
Put it away.
I think my favourite would have to be episode 157, where the captain invades an underground colony of Zobos. And a Zobo is basically a zombie hobo. So yeah, half zombie, half homeless person. They could also be called hombies, but they don't really seem to mind. Anyway, so the captain, he drops down into this cavern, jumps off a car, lands in the middle of all this crowd and punches them all off in the face and various other places. Oh, it was awesome. Very, very cool. What? Oh, no, I haven't. Noah doesn't quite like the captain. I haven't even stretched. Don't even have any spare Zobos. Oh, okay, I'll give it a shot. Maybe one more try. I think I'm done for today. Maybe come back tomorrow.
Apart from a mysterious hero and hectic fight scenes, Captain Kung Fu also had another unique string to its bow.
The theme song. The theme song was the best.
Yes, it's true that Kreslov wrote the theme song in Hungarian. It lost something in translation, but it had a catchy disco beat, so the fans didn't really mind.
It went a little something like this, actually. Yeah. Yeah. Captain Kung Fu, the one for me, the one for you. When evil rears its ugly head, the captain kicks it, it is dead. When nasty nurse is across the street, he will kick it with his feet. If you are bad and not nice, he will punch you once then twice. If there's wickedness on the scene, he will hit it in the spleen.
Yep, they don't make theme songs like that anymore. Thank goodness.
The poor financial planning behind the series also remained during its increase in viewers, thus creating an unusual situation in television history, a popular show with no merchandising.
But that's okay. I usually just make my own Captain Kung Fu merchandise. This is my current one. I made it this morning actually. It's a Captain Kung Fu action figure. But it's basically just made from the scraps in the bin of the pizza place where I work. So it's a bit smelly, but so the hair. I'll make another one tomorrow.
The fans are known for their dedication, but it's been over 20 years since the show's been on air, and his fans are diminishing every year. It's pretty sad, really.
It's true the Captain's not as popular as he used to be. But we used to have the Kung Fu Con every year. We had 23 people this year. Doesn't sound like a lot, but we did have more last year. Last year we had 24. Yeah, our treasurer died. It was a freak snowboarding accident. Yeah, I was going to buy a snowboard and got hit by a bus.
As the popularity of Captain Kung Fu eventually waned during the late 1970s, KO Studios desperately tried to inject new cast members to bring in new audience members. These included Lady Kung Fu in the 3rd season, Corky the Kung Fu Canine in the 4th season, and in one last grab at ratings, Kid Kung Fu in its 5th and final season.
Even I have to admit that the last season was pretty wild and crazy. I mean, Lady Kung Fu. How many women know martial arts? I don't know any women. And then there was Corky the dog, but the worst would have to be Kid Kung Fu, who was apparently the love child between Captain Kung Fu and Lady Kung Fu. Love child. Real men don't fall in love. I'm so lonely.
Due to low ratings and a workforce made up of primarily illegal immigrants, Captain Kung Fu's last episode aired on January 29, 1978. But true heroes never die, and as long as there are fond memories and loyal fans, the good captain will live for a long time yet.